I'm live. I just left out the club with the gang and a high yellow bitch that's real thick in the thighs. You know me, I be shooting my shot. When I got the little bitch, I wasn't even surprised. In the club, looked her deep in the eyes, said you coming with me, if you with it, let's ride. Got a text when you coming inside out the liquor, didn't know what to say, so
what up, though? What's cracking, collector? Let's pull some messages here and see what it is that you need to know. Now, if you find that something resonate, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let your girl Blue Flame know what's going on. If you are interested in a personal, my email will be in the description box below. Also, in the description box, you guys, you will find a link to Outer Spirit. If you are not familiar with Outer Spirit, they are a wonderful online store that creates beautiful merchandise with a purpose, though, okay? So you get a card that lets you know exactly what you're getting. Like you just want to be sporting jewelry and bracelets and you don't know what you have, okay? So this is the centuring, okay? Everything I need to be successful is within me. So the intention of this bracelet is to have prosperity here, okay? The zodiac signs is Aries, Leo, Gemini, Libra. And this is for your solar plexus, your root, and your sacral chakra. So you will get a card that lets you know the intention of each piece of jewelry. So, you know, you're just not buying shit and don't know what it is that you got it for, okay? So if you decide to make a purchase, there will be a coupon code BlueFlame20. BlueFlame30 will get you 20 or 30% off of your purchase. All right, y'all, so let's get into it. Messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know? All right, so we have, I can only give a person, let me start over. I can only give a person so much of my energy before I start losing myself too. So there could have been a situation here, right? And this is giving me like the energy of a giver. This is someone who tends to overgive, you know, and it's like you give so much of your time, you give so much of your effort, you give so much attention to a person, and then you start to lose yourself because you're so busy giving yourself, trying to prove. This is what I'm picking up. This is someone that's like trying to prove their love to someone. And it's like after a while, you start losing yourself too because you've given too much of yourself and you haven't gotten anything in return. It's like pouring from an empty cup here, okay? All right, so tell us more. Messages for my collective. What do they need to know? All right, so we have obsessiveness, okay? So some of you could have been obsessed with a particular person here, you know, or someone here could have been obsessed over you. But I really feel like this is you. I feel like you were kind of obsessed with this person, right? Because it was like you were just giving so much of yourself and you didn't understand why you were so drained. Remember I said it's like pouring from an empty cup. It was like you gave so much of yourself to this person, it started to drain you. And so I'm really picking up the energy like you were told to like call back your power, you know, stop giving so much of yourself to this person because they weren't doing nothing but draining you. So you could have had some energy vampires in your life. This person could have been an energy vampire. It was like all they did was take for you, take from you, but it's like they left you or gave you nothing in return. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Tell us more. If I can shuffle, give me one. Give me a couple of more for the collective. So it's like you almost were dealing with an energy vampire. This could have been family, friends, could have been a lover. And it was like you was giving so much of yourself that it started to drain you. It started to wear you down. You started to feel tired. You were worn the fuck out here, okay? And for some of y'all, this is a home situation. So you could have been living with someone, you could have been married to them, and it's like home is supposed to be your safe place, not your war zone. But it was like you had to give so much, you had to dedicate almost all your time. Like this is like you down there were dealing with a toddler, you know. And this person had they demanded so much of your time and your energy. It's like you didn't have time for yourself, and if you didn't pour into this person to give them all this attention that they required, then it was like you had to fight, you know. And so home is supposed to be your safe place, not your war zone. You didn't have any peace with this particular person or situation here. Tell us more. Now, this is not you. This could have been what somebody else dealt with here. We're going to see. I didn't mean to hurt you. So, I feel like this particular person saying to you they didn't mean to hurt you, but at the same time, they didn't mean to love you either. You know, so it's like this could have been something they always told you. Like, I didn't mean to hurt you, I didn't mean to do this, do that. I just, I come from a family where I didn't get no love. Or this, like they always gave some type of sorry excuse for their actions, but you never felt safe with this person. All right, this is someone who felt unworthy and they would go into hermit mode with no explanation to others. So when this person didn't feel good about themselves and they didn't feel value here, it was like they kind of would like go off and isolate themselves, and they wouldn't explain to you why they like. It was kind of like this person just stopped communicating with you, right? It was like they would hold back communication. They would stop communicating with you guys, but they wouldn't explain to you why I'm acting like this and why I'm doing this. So I feel like this is when you really started to be like, well, what am I gonna do to make them feel better? Like it was like you try everything in your power to make a situation work, but it takes two. You see what I'm saying? Let's get one more. Messages for my collection. We're gonna pull just a couple cards here. Look at this. When I'm not happy with myself, I become inconsiderate of others. This is what this person did. They didn't feel worthy. They didn't feel valued. They didn't feel appreciated. So it's like they would go into hermit mode. They would pull their energy back. They would stop communicating with you guys. Y'all would be walking right past each other in the same damn house. And this person wouldn't say two fucking words to you. And it was because they weren't happy with themselves. Something wasn't right with them. Something was missing out of their life. You know, it was something that they felt like they didn't have, or they weren't happy with their life, or some choices that they made. But then they wouldn't be considerate of you and how it made you feel. You see what I'm saying? Some of you was dealing with a fucking narcissist here. Let me go pull a couple cards. Messages for my collector. Tell us a little bit more about this situation and this person. Who was this person that the collective was dealing with? Because I'm picking up like this person would throw temper tantrums, like they would act the plum fucking fool if you didn't give them all this time and attention that they require. Like they required so much of you, but at the same time, what was they giving you in return? You see what I'm saying? Messages for the collective. What do they need to know? King of Cups. This person would play with your emotions here. See, you were a very loving, generous person, but it's like they tried to control you here. You see, you tolerated a lot from this person because you just wanted love. You just want this person to love you the same way that you love them. So you represent this King of Cups, right? And you thought giving to them and loving them and holding them down and accepting their ways and tolerating all this shit was going to make this situation work between you guys, but it didn't. All right, let's get a couple of more. Yep, you was dealing with the fucking devil. Y'all can't fucking make this up. This person was very dark. All right, dark beliefs, dark thoughts. They were detached. They wanted to be in control. They resented you guys. They had a lack of willpower. This is who you were dealing with, the fucking devil. And it was like this person expected so much out of you, but they gave nothing to you in return. They expected you to do this, to hold my hand. You know what I'm saying? They expected you to give them all this time and energy and attention, but they gave very little to you in return. Let's get one more. And it came out quick. Hermit. Remember we talked about this person will isolate themselves. I can't make this up. What this card is? When I'm unhappy with myself, I become inconsiderate of others. When I feel unworthy, I go into hermit mode with no explanation here. All right, this person will isolate themselves. They will withdraw their energy. Y'all can't fucking make this up. I said all this shit. And then how you gonna be in hermit mode at the damn house and we live in this motherfucker together? How you gonna walk past me and not talk to me? How you just not gonna answer my phone calls and shit like this? This person made, for some of y'all, they tried to isolate you. All right, they wanted you to lose your way because remember, you were this very loving person. You know what I'm saying? You were in tune with your feelings and emotions. I feel like you just tried so hard to show this person that you love them and that you was there for them and all this type of shit, but it meant nothing because this person was inconsiderate. They didn't care about your feelings. You see what I'm saying? So we got Virgo, Capricorn, what's Pisces? King of Cups is Pisces and Aquarius. So let's roll and see who this reading is about. Heavy Libra, Leo, Pisces. So this can be your sign or this can be their sign here. Heavy Leo, Aries, Virgo. Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Sag. And let's go one more. Leo, Aquarius, Aries, and Sag. All right, you guys. I love you. And until next time, stay blessed.